Hey everybody, today I'm going to go through our entire CARS morning routine. CARS stands for Controlled Articular Rotations. We're going to start with the cervical spine, the neck, and then work all the way down to our feet. We're going to do about 2 to 3 repetitions on each side. This whole routine should take anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes, depending on how many reps you want to do on each side. The goal is complete joint isolation. So whatever joint that we're working, we want to make sure that it's moving independently from anything else. So first thing we'll do is start with the cervical spine. So take a deep breath in, make fists with your hands. You're going to tuck chin to chest. Slowly rotate that chin towards the right side, scraping across that right clavicle, looking over the right shoulder, letting the neck fall back into extension, looking up towards the ceiling. Rotate over towards the left shoulder, scraping the chin down the left clavicle, coming back to center, and going to the other side. Scraping the chin across the left clavicle, looking over the left shoulder, drawing the biggest circle we can with our chin, looking over towards the right shoulder, scraping the chin across the right clavicle, coming back to center, back to neutral, and taking one more rep on each side. Deep breath in, tuck chin to chest, rotate towards the right clavicle, right shoulder, letting the neck fall back into extension, rotating towards the left shoulder, scraping down the left clavicle, coming to center, maxing out flexion, rotate towards the left clavicle, left shoulder, falling back into extension, looking over the right shoulder, scraping down the right clavicle, coming back to center, and back to neutral. Okay, we're going to do the spine next. The spine is a little bit of a tricky one. You're going to cross your arms across your chest. Make sure you're just moving from the hips up. Don't get the hips involved. So we're just working mostly the upper thoracic spine. So go ahead, take a deep breath in, tuck chin to chest, rotate left elbow to right hip, side bend, crunch that right oblique, fall back into a little bit of extension, rotate right elbow to left hip, side bend, crunch that left oblique, coming back to center, maxing out flexion. We'll go to the other side. Rotate right elbow to left hip, side bend to the left, open up extension, rotate left elbow, right hip, side bend, crunch to the right, coming back to center, and back to neutral. So taking like one more rep on each side of that. We're going to do scapula CARS next. So scapula is shoulder blades. So you want the shoulder blades to work independently of the rib cage. Hands by your side for this one. They can move up and down the legs. That's fine. Just make sure they don't go away from the legs. So first thing we're going to do is retract. Pull those shoulder blades together. Elevate them up towards the ears. Protract, round them out. And then depress. Put them down into the back pockets. So retract, squeeze the shoulder blades together, elevate them up towards the ears, protract, round them out, and then depress down into the back pockets. Good, we're going to reverse that now. So protract, round them out, elevate up towards the ears, retract, squeeze them together like you're trying to squeeze a pencil, and then depress down into the back pockets. One more time. Protract, round them out. Elevate up towards the ears. Retract, squeeze. Depress down into the back pockets. Good. That's Theo, everybody. That's Theo. So for shoulder, I'm going to take a half kneel to show you guys shoulder. You can do this standing. That's fine. Whatever knee is down, that's the arm that's going to be working. Okay? So create a little bit of tension with this hand and this knee. Shoulders back, deep breath in. Reach the hand up towards the opposite shoulder. Crossing through to flexion. Internally rotate like you're waving, and you're going to start to peel that shoulder behind you. Peel, 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 peel. Thumb comes back, pinky comes forward, your palm is facing out. Max out extension. Start to unwind. Coming back through to flexion. Reaching to the opposite shoulder and back down. We'll do one more rep on that side. Make sure those shoulders stay square. Reach up towards the opposite shoulder. Max out as much flexion as you have. Internally rotate, start to peel that shoulder behind you. Thumb back, pinky forward. Max out extension. Start to unwind, coming through to flexion. Opposite shoulder, and then back down. Great, let's switch sides. So switch knees, shoulders back. Okay, reach up, opposite shoulder. Bring up to flexion. Internally rotate and start to peel that shoulder behind you. Thumb comes back, pinky comes forward. Max out extension. Start to unwind, come through to flexion. Reach to the opposite shoulder. Coming back down. Good, one more. Reach for the opposite shoulder. Come through to flexion. Internally rotate and start to peel, 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 peel that shoulder behind you. Thumb back, pinky forward. Max out extension. Start to unwind, come back to flexion. Reach to the opposite shoulder, and then back down. Good. If you have any pain with that, don't work through pain. Just do a little bit of a smaller circle. Next one we have are elbow cars. So for the elbow cars, I want you to bring your elbows nice and close to your sides. Palms are facing out. You're going to max out flexion like you're taking a big bicep curl. Hands are nice and straight. Rotate, come down, push the floor away. Good. Rotate, palms come back open. Bending at the elbows, maxing out flexion at those elbows. Okay, don't cheat with the fingers. Don't bend the fingers. Rotate, push the floor away. Now we'll go the opposite way. Okay, reach up, flexion. Rotate, push the floor away. Good. Inhale, max out flexion. Rotate, push the floor away. Good. Now we're going to do wrist cars. Wrist cars I like to do one at a time. So your palm is going to be facing up. Usually I like to put something on my forearm, like a cell phone or something, because your forearm's not supposed to move. Top of your forearm facing up towards the ceiling the whole time. So you bring pinky towards the midline. Drop that wrist down. So pretending like there's a Sharpie marker on your middle finger and it's drawing the biggest possible joint circle it can. Try not to cheat with the fingers. Go the opposite direction. Drop down. Rotate. Come through. Rotate. Maxing out flexion and extension of the wrist. Good. Switching sides. So palm is facing up. Pinky towards the midline. Rotate. Big circle. Good. Pinky towards the midline. Rotate. Big circle. Coming back to center. Going the opposite direction. One more this direction. Good. Maxing out flexion and extension of the wrist. Awesome. Okay, so next one is hip. Hip is a big one, okay? Use something for balance if you have it, okay, like a wall or a banister or something like that. Whatever you're holding onto for balance, you're going to work the outside hip. Okay, so bring that knee up to flexion. Open it up out to the side as much as you can, abduction. Now you're going to rotate the knee towards the floor, ankles coming up towards the ceiling. Continue drawing that circle. And now reverse it. Kick back behind you. Open up out to the side, drawing a big circle with that knee. Coming down, trying not to take that opposite hip for the ride. Rotate knee to floor. Good. And reverse it. Kick back behind you. Big joint circle. Good. Other side. Deep breath in. Knee up to chest. Out to the side. Rotate. See, I'm kind of cheating with my other hip. That's okay. Any hip car is better than no hip car at all. Good. Knee up to chest, flexion, abduction, internal rotation. Continue drawing that circle. Good. And then reverse, kick back. Open it up. And down. Great. Take 2 to 3 on each side. Okay, so we are going to end on the floor with our knee, ankle, and feet cars. Okay, so for knee is a tough one. You want to make sure you lift the leg off the ground and kind of anchor one of the elbows underneath the knee. Okay, the other one can just hold on. So for knee, you want to find the tibia tuberosity, which is like right, you'll find a bony part. So find the knee and then kind of track it down, and that's where you'll find your tibia, and that's where you want this rotation to come from. So you're gonna max out dorsiflexion with the foot. So this is plantar dorsiflexion, so max it out, and then find that tibia rotation. Okay, so open up out to the side, extend that leg, come to the midline, scrape down. Good. Go back out, rotate out, kick up, go in, pull down. Good. Stay in this foot movement and then kick out, scraping across, pull in. One more time. And just feel that tibia rotating. You should feel a lot of like shin movement going on here. Good. And let's switch sides. We'll anchor that up. Max out dorsiflexion. Find that tibia tuberosity. Okay, go towards the midline, kick up, out to the side, back down. Good, so feel that rotation coming from the tibia. Good, scrape down, keep the foot out. Pull it in towards the midline. Kind of like you're scraping a bug off the windshield wiper. Awesome. Switching to the other side, so getting into kind of the same position for ankle, but this time take the outside arm and kind of lock that shin down, so you're just moving from the ankle. So max out dorsiflexion, and then kind of draw the biggest circle you can with your ankle. Good, let's switch direction. Maxing out plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, use the toes if you need to. Good, switch, so coming underneath. Okay, lock out that shin. Okay, max out dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, drawing the biggest circle you can with your ankle. Theo's tired out. Go towards the other side. Good, about 2 in each direction. Okay, now we're gonna do feet. This is kind of hard to do seated, so if you wanna do this standing, totally fine. Just take a look at your feet. Okay, look at those toes. Draw all 10 toes off of the ground and back down. All 10 toes off of the ground and back down. Now, just keep the 4 toes on the ground and try to lift just the big toes back down. Really push the 4 toes in the ground, lift just the big toes back down. If that's challenging, if you don't have control over those big toes, what I want you to do is just lean forward, press the 4 toes down, lift the big toe, and then hold it. You can practice reps of that. Okay, now keep the big toes down, lift just the 4 toes back down. Lift just the 4 toes back down. Good. Now lift all 10 toes and try to piano key from pinkies all the way to big toes. Lift and piano key. Lift and piano key. All right, thank you for joining me. That is the morning routine brought by me, Christine, and Theo. Have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions. See you next time.